Rosebrook Developmental Centre is to help each and every child, regardless of whatever ability or what the world calls disabilities, to come and be able to grow to their fullest potential, to be able to learn and to be with all their friends, to be in community, to be loved, to be supported. As a parent, I've seen quite a number of different methodologies, but HeartWorks in Motion encompassed everything that I really felt I wanted to do for a child to learn in the way that was meaningful, cognitively, as well as emotionally and socially.
The curriculum they have is probably the most important element to it. They have a play-based learning program.
Every part of the activities that are conducted is actually all related to one another.
We are actually helping each child make cognitive connections with everything that they come in contact with.
Everything is framed in a story, in great literature, and it is so full of rich vocabulary, which all comes to life.
It makes it fresh, it makes it interesting and makes it more engaging.
They learn a lot more than what they needed to learn, and they could memorize the spelling words and spell like that. So it was all about the way it was introduced to them, how much they got to experience, touch, feel.
Rosebrook is built from a place of conviction because we tested out our own ideas and our own errors.
In some of the parents' minds, just watching is that the primary school system or the other mainstream system doesn't allow that, right? They have to sit, they have to be able to pay attention. But we've seen with our own eyes, having piloted this already for the last year in local mainstream kindergartens, how with the HeartWorks method, they actually are able to sit for much longer, be able to actually complete high-level assessments that were set for them by some primary school teachers who wanted to see for themselves how this would work.
I've always been taught that teachers need to be high up there and children just look up at you and go like A's for apple, B's for ball. But now we bring the apple down to them. They play with the apple, they touch the apple, they make apple sauce, they eat apple slices.
Any educator will tell you early years is all about physical learning.
Right down from sifting the flour, where does flour come from, mixing it together. And of course, by doing all these things, we are targeting all the other developmental aspects where they need to work their hands.
People think that all that is not needed for the neurotypical, but it's the neurotypical children who definitely need to move their bodies because their brains are moving so quickly that their bodies need to actually move a lot to be able to keep up.
At her previous school, she'll be at the timeout chair because she moved too much and the teachers couldn't handle. So she's there again. And we don't know whether she learned anything. At Rosebrook, they allow her to be herself and to play while learning.
They're learning through the most natural, most enjoyable mode possible.
If he enjoys what he's doing, then he will be good at it. And that's what we're firm believers in that.
It's a whole brand new way of learning, of working, and it's coming from a space of freedom.
You couldn't ask for better physical surroundings. It's just stimulating, open, fresh air, beautiful.
It's a lot of open spaces, so we know that the children have a place to run.
Yeah.
It's so important actually for children to have the opportunity to be in this kind of space where there's so much greenery and nature and outdoors.
One of the unique things about Rosebrook, they have horses here and children can learn how to look after them. This is absolutely amazing.
The horse sensory works is very much a part of Rosebrook's work.
Even for the neurotypical children, they learn to be more gentle. They learn empathy. They learn to take instructions. The riding enhances their posture, their balance. And the best thing is, they have fun. And it helps them without them knowing it, because they're having fun.
The thing that we like about Rosebrook is that they do send us daily reports. In other schools, you don't get to see anything until like 1-2 months later.
It's quite astounding, the effort that they put into documenting that learning process for us, and we love it. And she loves it as well, because she gets to point out, all, her friends.
It's his opportunity to share with us what he's done with the day, so it's nice. It's very engaging for us as well.
You see those photographs and you see they're all participating, they're all happy, and they're willing to go to school. That's a sure sign that something's going right.
I like that they accept everybody, like children with special needs. Yeah.
And you see them interacting together. They're all the same actually.
In the beginning, when he saw special needs child, he didn't understand this kind of children. And we explained to him, and he doesn't differentiate the people because of their disabilities.
By being in this situation and by him understanding it rather than being taught, it develops. You can't teach a child compassion. You can put him in a situation where he can find compassion and then he learns compassion. You can't teach compassion.
Even though we have a group of children who are very mixed in ability and needs, the methodology is so uniquely designed such that it actually allows us to pay the necessary attention to each and every child. They all get to do everything from beginning to end together, which is the true essence of full inclusion.
Rosebrook is a place where there are kindred spirits who will hold your child and learn his language.
I don't look at this child and go, okay, this child is Down syndrome, so please lower your expectations and just start from here. No, because that's not what the child wants us to do.
The child really needs to be free to be who he or she is. Then the child becomes so much readier to learn. It becomes so much easier for a child to dare to learn, because in learning we have to try. And it becomes so much easier to do all of that when we know that it's safe to try, that it's safe to make mistakes.
This age is very, very important for children's learnings. It gives them the foundation of how they learn, not what they learn.
He learned from school how to put English words together, and he started to do it with Russian words. This is, I think, most amazing skills, because he's thinking and he's not forced to learn. He's enjoying learning.
I did ask her, how do you feel about Rosebrook? Because she goes to a regular school. I said, well, how is it like with your regular school? She said, oh, it's a lot more work there. So I think she views the work that she does in Rosebrook, it's still work, but she views it as fun and play. So she doesn't recognize it as work.
We're both educators, and what you see at Rosebrook is the ideal for early childhood.
They really bring out the child's full potential without at all putting the child down.
We're all growing together, and actually we're growing a lot faster this way.
This is what every child needs. To be able to feel strong and powerful, that I can do it. I can solve whatever challenge it is that I am facing. And I am going to do more.